Good day to you, and welcome to this deep dive.
Hello.
Today, we're looking closely at the legal ideas of misjoinder and non-joinder in court cases.
That's right. We're drawing mainly from an article called The Implications of Misjoinder and Non-Joinder in Litigation.
Exactly. And our goal is really to help you understand these quite important concepts, what they mean for fairness and efficiency in our courts without getting lost in legal jargon.
Indeed. The article is quite insightful on these procedures. They're pretty fundamental, really, to how courts operate properly.
Okay.
So we'll be looking at definitions, consequences, all as laid out in that source material.
Right then. Let's start with misjoinder. According to the article, what exactly is misjoinder in legal terms?
Misjoinder, as the article explains it quite clearly, happens when someone's included in a lawsuit incorrectly.
Incorrectly, meaning?
Meaning they don't actually have a proper legal interest or stake in the specific issue being disputed before the court.
Oh, okay.
The article gives a good example. Say A sues B over a contract breach, but A also includes C in that lawsuit, and C actually has nothing to do with the contract at all. That bringing in of C, that's misjoinder.
I see. And the article mentions downsides to doing that. What are the potential problems?
Yes, it points out several. For one, it can really distract everyone, the court, the actual parties involved, from the main points of the case.
Takes the focus away.
Precisely. And second, it just makes things less efficient procedurally. It can complicate matters, drag things out longer than needed.
Which leads to delays.
Exactly. Delays in getting justice, as the article notes. And it mentions that courts do have the job of looking at requests to remove parties who've been wrongly joined.
That makes complete sense. Okay, so that's misjoinder. What about the flip side, non-joinder? How does the article define that?
Non-joinder is essentially the opposite problem. It's when a necessary party, someone who should be involved, is left out of the lawsuit.
Left out entirely.
Yes.
Yeah.
The article's example here is A sues B about a contract issue, maybe like the first example. But they fail to include C, who actually has a direct vested interest in that same contract. C should be there, but isn't. That's non-joinder.
Right. And what happens then, according to the source? What are the issues if a necessary party isn't included?
Well, the big issue the article highlights is that it can seriously hinder the court's ability to give a complete and effective solution or judgment.
Because you don't have everyone affected at the table, so to speak.
Exactly. It really underlines why judges need to be careful, ensuring everyone with a direct stake is actually part of the proceedings. Their interests need to be considered.
And presumably the absent party suffers too.
That's another key point from the source, yes. The rights and interests of that party who wasn't included might not be fairly represented or protected if they're not even there to argue their case.
So putting it together, the article makes it clear that both misjoinder, adding the wrong people, and non-joinder, missing the right people, cause significant problems for the legal process.
Absolutely. The article really emphasizes that both situations often lead to significant procedural delays.
Adding time and cost.
Definitely. Time and expense. But maybe more critically, the source warns that failing to fix these issues the wrong party mix can lead to poor legal outcomes. Such as judgments that might later be found unenforceable or just plain unfair, precisely because the right parties weren't all correctly involved from the start.
So the courts really need to get this right.
Yes, the source material strongly suggests the courts place a high priority on correcting these kinds of party misalignments. It's about maintaining the integrity and the efficiency of the whole judicial process.
Okay, so to quickly summarize what we've gleaned from this article, misjoinder is about keeping irrelevant parties out, while non-joinder is about making sure all the necessary parties are in.
That sums it up well. Both are vital for a fair shake and an efficient system.
And crucial for litigants to understand.
Absolutely. The article underscores how important it is for anyone involved in a lawsuit to be aware of these rules. They really can significantly shape how a case proceeds and how it ultimately ends.
So for you listening, this deep dive into the article really shines a light on a fundamental part of our legal system. It does leave us with a question, though. Considering how vital procedural correctness is, how might what seem like small mistakes in getting the parties right actually ripple outwards and have major consequences for achieving justice?
That's a very important point to think about. Those initial steps matter immensely.
Indeed. Something to reflect on. Thank you for joining us.